Hello, hello, my friends. I am back for my second candle review of the day. Today, we are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Citrus Plumeria. Now, you may notice that I changed my filming location from the candle review that I did earlier today, which if you happen to have missed it, I did upload a review of HOMEWORX Key Lime Cake. And in that review, I kind of gave you guys some warning that my family is home right now and they are coming in and out of the house and just living their best lives. And so I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to move into the bedroom to hopefully cut out any distractions during the next review, which I knew was going to be this one. So that is why we have changed up the old filming location. I do also want to give a full disclosure that this candle was sent to me from HOMEWORX in PR. They're not paying me to do this video. This is not a sponsored video. However, I do always check off that box anytime I am doing a dedicated review on a candle that I received in PR. And if you have been with my channel for any length of time, you guys know that I tend to be a little bit harder in reviewing candles that have been sent to me for free. And yeah, you guys know I'm always very honest with my opinions. So setting all of that up, we are talking about HOMEWORX Citrus Plumeria. Now this candle is in their standard 4-wick 18-ounce format. This one kind of quietly released last week over on the Slatkin & Co website. I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare around this one. I'm going to give a little bit of grace to the HOMEWORX team. I do know that they are very busy preparing their Christmas in July collaboration next month with QVC. I do have details on that, but I am not allowed to disclose them yet. But yes, they are doing Christmas in July with QVC. So if you are excited about that, you have every right to be excited about that. But anyways, that is coming up next month. So I don't think they dropped the ball, but I just feel like this launch kind of came with very little fanfare. I know that Banana Daiquiri made a return to the Slatkin & Co website. That is actually one of my favorite summer fragrances from the brand. And then it's escaping me what the other candle is. They sent that one to me as well. It's a returning favorite. I want to say it's like hibiscus. Is it hibiscus flower? Something hibiscus. I'll pop a picture up right here because I did do a picture of both of them. Anyways, those three candles came back to the Slatkin & Co website this last week, and I believe that this is a completely new fragrance, so I know a lot of you guys are intrigued about my thoughts and other reviewers' thoughts on this one. So let's dive into it. The pour date on this specific candle that I am burning is December 19th, 2023. The fragrance notes that are listed on the bottom of this candle are golden plumeria, blood orange, sunfruit, and orange blossoms. Now on the Slatkin & Co website, the fragrance notes listed are top notes of bright citron, blood orange, sunfruit, mid notes of golden plumeria, tiger lily, orange blossom, bottom notes of cedar leaf, garden greens, and sheer palo santo. All right, you guys, first off, this label is absolutely stunning, is it not? I mean, if you are somebody like me who went to elementary school maybe in the late 80s, early 90s, there's something about the bright colors on here. Like it doesn't look like the animated style, but don't the colors kind of remind you of like that Lisa Frank, like those bright, vivid colors? I am absolutely loving this label. And obviously the illumination that happens with the flames is just stunning. So once again, kudos to the HOMEWORX packaging or like, yeah, packaging, marketing, artistic design department. They did a great job on this. All right, what is my nose smelling? Okay, I did have a couple of you guys ask if this smells like Bath & Body Works Plumeria from back in the day, and I will tell you no, that it does not smell anything like that. In fact, if you want a HOMEWORX candle that smells like Bath & Body Works Plumeria, I'm going to point you in the direction of Garden Bouquet. That to me definitely smells like BBW Plumeria. This is a very different type of fragrance. It is also not the same. I know that there might be some curiosity, especially because Bath & Body Works is running their semi-annual sale and they have a Plumeria and lemon zest mashup. And I smelled that in store and I can tell you that this is not the same as that either. They are completely different fragrances. What I am getting in this fragrance is it's definitely a little bit more conceptual. It's unique. It's something that I personally have not really smelled before. However, when my family smells it, I was like, I was like, I haven't smelled this in a candle before, but it does remind me of something. And it's so funny. My girl said, it kind of reminds me of taking a bath at Grammy's house. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you guys are hearing that and you're like, okay, you just lost me. You know what I think it, in a strange way? It kind of reminds me of maybe like a Caress body wash. I want to say it's like a blush colored packaging or a peach colored packaging. That's kind of what it is reminding me of. Do they have a citrus body wash with Caress? Maybe that's what it's reminding me of. I definitely detect some citrus in here, and I would say that it is a blood orange. It's more of a bold, robust, deep orange fragrance, more so than, say, the orange fragrance that you get in, say, Valencia orange or some of the other more what would I say, more like clementine type of citrus or more of like a sweeter orange. This is definitely more of a dense, bold, juicy orange fragrance, but all I can say is that it's like dense and has some depth to it. In terms of I do smell citron as well too. There is something about this that I think that this fragrance may not be for everybody, to be really honest with you. In fact, another ambassador who has this candle had messaged me and asked, like, does it smell a little bit kind of like menthol to you? And I was like, no, I don't get a menthol scent, but I said, but we kind of concluded that we think what we're smelling is that woody base, especially when it says sheer Palo Santo. Now, I am somebody who typically loves kind of that resinous fragrance of Palo Santo. But this is more of a sheer Palo Santo. This is not like a resinous, super woody type of fragrance, but there is something in here that has a slight woodiness and greenery to it that I don't think I would really expect in a fragrance like this. Honestly, you guys, this is one of the harder fragrances for me to really describe and pick apart the fragrance notes for you because I live in an area where I don't have a lot of these tropical florals around me. Like, I don't have a lot of Plumeria around me. I don't have tiger lily. Sunfruit, I tried to Google sunfruit and all I got were the fragrance notes for the Ellis Brooklyn perfume. But there is a floral note to this. It's a sweet floral. It's not a dense floral. I feel like any kind of robustness from this fragrance is coming out from the citrus notes in here. It's not necessarily super soapy, although my kids did draw that connection to a body wash. And the more that I think about that, I'm like, yeah, I think that is probably a little bit accurate. So I guess that's the category that I would kind of put this in the most. You guys, this one has honestly been a really difficult fragrance for me to describe for you. Personally, I think it's going to be a one and done for me. Is it one that I feel like I need to pass on? No, I do like it, but I don't necessarily love it. Now, I have been pairing it with Kringle Candles Orange. I do like their Reserve Orange fragrance. That has been really nice. And then sometimes I've been also burning the Valencia Orange fragrance with it, although I do think that is definitely that is more of like an orange popsicle type of fragrance, where this is definitely a more sophisticated type of fragrance. I do think that this is kind of like an elevated take on like a floral that has a little bit of citrus in it. I guess that like I said, you guys, it's really hard for me to describe the fragrance of this one. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So I am at about the halfway point. I will lift this up so that way you can see the flames. I will say that these wicks do, I don't want to say that they lean a ton. You guys know that I use a wick dipper to extinguish the flames, but they do, I would say that you might want to keep an eye on them. You know, I haven't had any issues with them falling over. They are self-trimming. You can see that wax pool is still quite clean. Also, the flames are dancing because I do have ceiling fans on right now, you guys. I live in Arizona. We are in the time of year where we have to have ceiling fans on 24/7. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In terms of the strength and throw on this candle, you guys know I always have listed in the description box down below the layout of my home, square footage, age, all of those things factor into my evaluation for how a candle is performing for me. So with that being said, I'm going to honestly give this candle probably about a 5, you guys. It performs well here in the bedroom. Now, here in my bedroom, I have about 9-foot high ceilings. it's more obviously more closed concept. But my living room and living room into the kitchen is more open concept. You guys have heard me say the living room has very high ceilings, and because of that, this fragrance honestly gets really lost out there. If I am burning it for, I would say the max time I burned this candle has been about 4 hours. I did have an errand to run the other day. Somebody was still home, so I did leave the candle burning. And I will tell you that when I walked back into the house, I was able to faintly smell the candle upon walking into my home, which is on the opposite end of the living room, you know, from where I was burning this candle. And I was able to smell it, but it was not very, very strong. And I do go nose blind to it pretty easily when I am out in the living room. However, it's pretty strong in a smaller bedroom like this. So if you have a more closed concept home, I think that this one will perform well for you. If you have lower ceilings, maybe an apartment. But if you have a larger home with really high ceilings, you're probably going to be disappointed. I have not burned this candle in a hurricane. My bi-monthly candle chat video I am hoping to have uploaded for you guys tomorrow. I have had a crazy busy week, so I'm trying to set aside some time to film that, but I promise I will explain to you guys why I have kind of moved away from burning candles in hurricanes during the summer months. So I have not tried this one out in a hurricane yet, but I would strongly suggest that if you are really interested in this candle and you have more of an open concept style home, you will probably want to burn it in a hurricane just to get some increased strength and throw. A couple of other things I did just want to address really quickly. I know that I've mentioned these things previously in some of my HOMEWORX candle reviews, but I would like to repeat it. I do believe that a lot of these HOMEWORX candles take about 3 burns before they really come alive, before you can really start gauging what their strength and throw is going to be. Should it be that way? Probably not, but is it what it, is it that way? Yes, it is. And everybody has a right to feel the way that they want to about those things, but just be aware that you might want to give these candles probably at least 3 burns before you write them off as being completely unscented, or, you know, this one's not throwing at all. I will tell you that this candle does take a little bit longer to pull out. Most of my HOMEWORX candles are doing that with these new wicks. Some of the wicks, I think that they're not properly centered, and I think that's part of the problem. But I will tell you that you want to allow enough time for them to completely pull out. And I am finding that a lot of these candles are not really starting to throw until they reach about an hour into the burn. So, you know, it just is what it is at this point. I'm just here passing on the information. I'm passing on my review experience with all of you guys. And I know, you know, I think I just want to address that. I think that there's been, not only in the HOMEWORX Facebook group, but I've seen this in the Kringle Facebook group as well, that, you know, I want you guys always to keep in mind that for me personally, I cannot speak for other ambassadors, but I do know that for me, I do always strive to give you guys my honest experience. That's why I try to include my home layout and all of the things that can possibly affect my, my viewpoint, I guess. But please just, you know, always look at the other reviews that people are leaving in the comment section down below. Feel free to bounce my review off of other reviewers if they're giving reviews. But I think sometimes there's just been a lot of, I don't want to say accusations, but I do think that it's very easy for a lot of people to make the assumption that we're not being honest in a lot of our reviews. And I do just want to say that if you think that I'm not honest, then maybe you shouldn't be watching my reviews or following my channel. And I'm not saying that to rub anybody the wrong way, but I do know that for a lot of us candle reviewers, this is a fun hobby for us. None of us are rolling in the candle dough. It might give us a little bit of extra pocket change, you know, to buy some school supplies in August, because we all know how much that is. But honestly, you guys, I'm not rolling in the dough on these things. If you've been with me any length of time, you guys know I will tell you if a candle is not performing well for me, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know, like, hey, that one's not really worth your money. Being honest with you guys on this candle, I don't think that this is going to be a fragrance that everybody is going to love. I do think that there's a contingent of people that will love it. But that's why sometimes my candle reviews run a little bit long, is because I'm trying to give you all of the aspects of why I am coming to the conclusions that I am coming to. And I just, I just hope that you guys would also extend that to a lot of my fellow reviewers, because again, remember, this is just a hobby for us. And if you find that one reviewer is steering you in the wrong direction many times, even if that's me, and maybe it's me, I don't know, then maybe they're just not the person for you to follow. So anyways, I did just want to put that out there. I do appreciate a lot of you guys. I know that when this issue came up in the Kringle Facebook group about 2 weeks ago, there were a lot of you guys who came to a lot of our defenses, which was really sweet. I'm a big girl. I can wear big girl pants and handle my own business. But I do want to say thank you guys for those of you who acknowledge that the work that not only myself but other candle reviewers put in. So sorry I went on that little tangent there at the end, but I did want to just put that out there into the old YouTube universe. That being said, this sounds weird, but I do have a discount code with the Slatkin & Co. website. It is Katie's Joyful Life. It will save you 15% on your order over $40. I don't think that this candle is worth $30, you guys, but we all know that HOMEWORX frequently runs sales, and oftentimes you can use a discount code with a lot of the sales, other than like the BOGO sales. But if they mark these candles down, and you want to use my discount code, that is an affiliate code that is eligible for a commission. So please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. All right, you guys, please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. And that also helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. I don't know, some of you guys might unsubscribe now after I went on that little tangent, but if you appreciate my honesty, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed to my channel. I do want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.